Hello there, and welcome to another ODU Esports stream. I am your caster Benjamin Draper, and we are going to be doing our Call of Duty matchup tonight, which will be featured of a Royal Rivalry matchup. It'll be Old Dominion versus James Madison today. It'll be a very interesting matchup because these are two good, very quality teams in our ECAC conference. As James Madison is 6-0, meanwhile the Monarchs are 4-2, and it's going to be a very interesting series because at the moment what we had learned is James Madison had earned 4 victories of their season so far through forfeits, so they haven't really had much of it, much experience as a team overall. Meanwhile, the Monarchs, they've really battled through their series or seasons so far, and being able to manage to get that 4-2 record at the moment here. And it's gonna be very interesting to see how this James Madison team will shape up with the lack of experience that they have so far this season. But we've also been told that James Madison has not lost a map yet, so we're gonna see how things will shape out as this Monarch team is gonna try to look for a competitive series against this Duke team. And we're gonna be starting things off on map number 1, which would be Fortress Hardpoint. And it'll be interesting because the Monarchs do like to have the hard point starting on Fortress a lot, so it's going to be in their favor for Fortress on map number 1. And then we're going to get into Embassy. Embassy is going to be map number 2 for Search and Destroy. And for those of you that have tuned into Call of Duty streams before, you know that the Search and Destroy mode is one of the is probably the weakest link for their team overall. So we'll see how they'll shape up in that first S&D match. And then we'll have back-to-back maps. Back on Hotel, we'll have game number 3 on Control Hotel, and then followed by Hardpoint on Hotel as well for game number 4. And if we have to get to game number 5, which will conclude with Search and Destroy, we will be back on Fortress. So it'll be a very interesting series. I mean, both of these teams are qualified for this ECAC postseason, so it's basically, this game is all about bragging rights and also just kind of shaping up this last seeds as we gear up for the postseasons for ECAC. But in the meantime, we're going to get ready and get things set up in the lobby and make sure that everything is good to go on our end. And then we will be right back after a few short moments as we're getting set for Old Dominion and James Madison to square off in this Call of Duty matchup tonight. Stay tuned. All right, and welcome back, folks. It is Old Dominion and James Madison. It is a royal rivalry matchup on Call of Duty this evening. Let's see how these two teams are going to shape up here on map number 1. It is Fortress Hardpoint, and Old Dominion wants to set the tone early on in game number 1 and try to score a hardpoint victory against this JMU team early on. But JMU getting the early ticks on P1 so far, and they're going to be able to manage to get the first 10 points. As you can see, Love trying to get something going, but Static's going to lose his life. But Midnight will get a kill right back for Old Dominion, and Love is going to try to get through Church and try to get something going as they're trying to get a little bit of mid-control. But at the moment, the Monarchs are going to be able to secure some points back themselves. As you can see, Matt is on site himself. It's Murloc. He's going to be a substitute for the Monarchs this evening. This is going to be his first match overall with this team, for this Monarch team. So Murloc is going to be the new member here, and we're going to have to see how things play out with him, because he has been with this team for quite a while now, but he has the lack of experience and game time experience. And you can see the Monarchs losing in their gunfights there with Love and Midnight lost. And you can see Static will get one right back through the wall bang. He'll get a double, actually. That's a pair of kills, and he'll get contest on site, but Murloc's going to lose that fight, as he's not going to be able to encounter the guy in the corner, and James Madison being able to hold it down a little bit. But here comes the Monarchs once again. They'll capture some time, and they'll be able to do something. But Static lost that gunfight right there, but Murloc is able to get one back. He's not going to be able to get that second gunfight, but Love will get the trade off himself as well. So the Monarchs managing to get 12 ticks so far, but the Dukes are already about to get 38. And you can see a team kill there on Murloc's part. So unfortunate there, but Static will get that kill after that death, and you can see that he's not going to anticipate the second guy, but Midnight is there to save him from anything happening, and you can see the rotation being made pretty nice. So final ticks on P2, James Madison just taking control of it, and the Monarchs already getting ready for P3. As you can see, Static getting in his gunfight, being able to manage and holding that down, and Midnight will get a kill himself, as he'll get Tiki being able to hold it down on the left side there, and you can see he'll get another one. And Love with adding on another kill as well. So the Monarchs holding down P3 pretty well so far here, and they're going to manage to get to the 25 mark. So with James Madison getting the 62, the Monarchs have sole control of P3, and Love lost that gunfight there, but Static will get one right back. Can Midnight finish that kill? He won't. And you can see Midnight assisting Static in that situation. Love lost his gunfight, though, and Static's going to have to reload as he's trying to await that player, and Midnight's going to lose his gunfight. But Murloc on site, being able to capture more time. He will get the kill, and a big triple there from Static. You got to love that from Static. Can he get the quad? He cannot. Oh, my goodness. He had to reload in that situation, but a big triple to give the Monarchs a little bit more time on P3, as they have managed to make this a little bit more competitive, as it is now a 12-point game, or 10-point game, excuse me. And James Madison being able to capture the last ticks of P3. So we have the rotation on P4. The Monarchs are already on it, so they will get the first seconds here. Midnight will get a kill there after Static lost his fight. This is a very good contest between these two teams right now. Here comes some gunfights here, and you can see Love will win that fight. Can he get the second one? Static gets a kill there, being able to preserve the site for a moment here, and you can see James Madison will actually win that gunfight, get back on it, but Love will clear it out, and Midnight will assist as well with his kill. So the Monarchs being able to cut into this deficit more. They might possibly get the lead here. They are going to get the lead. So the Monarchs being able to contest here on P4. They'll get the lead for a slight second, but James Madison will regain the lead themselves, as they manage to get some time down on their end. So gunfights in their favor. Murloc lost his fight, but Midnight will get one back. Can he get the second person? He's hit up. He's going to throw out the nade. And he's going to throw down a trophy to make sure he doesn't get naded in the process. So the dying seconds of P4, James Madison is able to capture it after the Monarchs had taken a slight lead for the second there. A very good contest between these two teams. Midnight lost that gunfight, and on P5 they go. And Love trying to hold it down. He'll get one kill, but not going to be able to do much, as Static will get a pair of kills himself. And the Monarchs being able to manage to get some time. Midnight is on site. He'll get a kill as well as Static, being able to open it up, and Murloc is there to assist Midnight, trying to capture times. Love will get another kill. So almost a full team wipe. That is a full team wipe. Static gets the final one. So they will manage to get this game under 10 points. And they are going to possibly hit that 100 mark here in a few seconds here. And you can see Static is awaiting that player. He will get the kill. Murloc and Midnight also adding kills. A big pair of kills from Static, and being able to get side open for the Monarchs, being able to get more points, and they will regain the lead. So a very tough hardpoint matchup here. Midnight still, or Static I should say, still doing very well. 7 score streak at the moment here. Can he get the 8? And Murloc is there to get the kill. So the Monarchs, and they are out ahead as we are going to be in the second rotation of this map. And the Monarchs have the lead, 120 to 105. They have control of P number 1. This has been a great effort from the Monarchs here in game number 1. Love gets a kill as well as Midnight. Midnight on a killing spree at 5 kills, but he lost that, as I just mentioned it, Caster's Curse. And Poker getting a triple on his end. And Static being able to return the favor, gets a kill. Can he get the second? He won't. Being able to open up side, but the Monarchs being able to capture more time, and Midnight will get a grenade kill there before he lost his fight. And here's Sight, and there's Static with another kill. He's on a 2 streak. Can he get the 3? He won't. And he'll lose that gunfight. And Sight is open on P1 for the moment, and you can see Midnight trying to contest it a little bit, but James Madison being able to battle back and get a second off of that. But it is 142 to 106 in favor of the Monarchs. They are having a stellar game 1. Love getting a kill there. He's on a 3 streak at the moment as they're getting the rotation ready for P2, as they're just ready to hold it down and try to capture more points, as they have had the battle back early on in this game and being able to overcome that adversity and have the lead here, as they are just on the verge of winning this game. They're going to need 100 more points if they want to score a victory over this James Madison team. And James Madison, they have not lost a game this season. They are currently 6-0, so this would be a huge victory on the Monarchs' part, being able to overcome this Dukes team. But at the moment here, it's still 151-120. It's contested on both ends, but the Monarchs will get control of P2 once again. And Love with a big pair of kills himself. Can he get the triple? He cannot, unfortunately, there. So Monarchs being able to hold it down. You can see Static already making his rotation to P3. And Poker with a pair of kills on Murloc and Midnight there in the process. So James Madison getting the dying seconds of P2, and you can see Static with a big pair of kills himself. Murloc adds another one for the Monarchs as Love lost his gunfight. So Static on a 5 kill streak. He saw that member of James Madison. Can he get the kill? It's him and Poker. Poker will get the winning kill though, but Love will get the refrag. But Murloc and Midnight lost their fights. So 170 to 128 in favor of the Monarchs. It's a close one here. Very competitive on both ends, but P3 is in favor of the Monarchs as Love is on site. He has a 3 streak at the moment here. 45 seconds to play, and the Monarchs have the opening seconds to decide. He'll get the kill. Can he get the second? He's not going to be able to do so, and James Madison will get control of P3. And you can see kills from Poker. Poker is helping out this team a lot. Static's got a 30 bomb already. We just got to acknowledge that Static already has a 30 bomb in this game. He is frying at the moment, but it's still James Madison calling their way back in the series. There's only a 30-point lead as James Madison just capturing the final seconds of P3, and you can see Static and the rest of his ODU team just being ready for the rotation and getting ready for P number 4 as Love getting a pair of kills in the process there. And this James Madison team, they're going to be able to cut this to a 12-point or to 11-point deficit. Monarchs will get the opening second of P4, and not anticipating that, Midnight, Static, and Love all lost their gunfights. Murloc on site. Can he get the final one? He will not. So James Madison will capture a little bit of time here on P4 as they are on the verge of tying this game up. And James Madison will regain the lead. So this is a back and forth affair between these two teams on hardpoint map number 1. But let's see what the Monarchs can do here. Murloc, unfortunately, going 6-24 from what we just saw. You hate to see that for a player that is making his debut against a very tough James Madison team. Static trying to get on P4, not going to be able to do much. And James Madison on the verge of victory here. They're at the 200 marks. They need to get to 250, and they will win. The Monarchs need to figure out something to break up the momentum of this James Madison team. And Love getting a pair of kills there, as well as Midnight capturing the 3rd one. So almost a team wipe, and James Madison being able to hold P4 down pretty decisively. So it'll come down to control here on P5. Can the Monarchs make this interesting, get into the later stages of this game? Midnight trying to anticipate there on top maps, not going to be able to do much, and it's going to be contested at the moment. Murloc will not win that gunfight. Poker with a big pair of kills. Can Love get that one back? He will get the kill. And you can see Love trying to anticipate where these angles are going to be from, and he'll get that second kill, but he won't be able to kill Poker, as Poker just being able to maintain an open sight and hoping that they can just try to get to that 250 mark. They capture some more points. They can win it here. They could possibly win it. Old Dominion needs to get down and dirty if they want to possibly make a miracle push here. There's only 10 seconds left that they can give off as James Madison on the verge of a victory here in game number 1. And you can see the kills all in their favor, and it looks like James Madison might score the victory, as it is going to come down to this final seconds and to the final gunfights, and that is going to be it. So what a tough battle from the Monarchs in game number 1. They really made it interesting, and they had the lead for quite a bit of time in map number 1, but not being able to preserve that lead and being able to hold it down. And Static, I mean, we saw the 30 bomb earlier. I'm very curious to see what he finished with, but still, overall, I mean, a tough effort against this James Madison team, and you can see Midnight finishing 23-27. Murloc, unfortunately, the 9 and 30. That's an unfortunate KD. Static 31 and 19, and Love finishing 24 and 25. So unfortunate for the Monarchs. They really were trying to do more off of that game number 1, but once they made it to that 180 mark, it kind of just seemed like that they kind of lost their rhythm when they were capturing points, and they just lost a lot of gunfights at the end there. And you would hope to see a little bit more from Murloc, but like we said, he was a substitute, and it's his first game of the season, so it's unfortunate that the Monarchs were not able to hold off that lead and being able to score the victory in map number 1. But we have to get ready, and we have to go and prepare for map number 2, which is going to be on Embassy. So Embassy Search and Destroy. It's going to be an interesting map. It's a map that the Monarchs have played very well, or they've played pretty well on Embassy Search and Destroy. They've had it's kind of been a mixed match. It's kind of a hit or miss for the Monarchs on Embassy Search and Destroy. They've had good games on there, but they've also had some bad games on Search and Destroy Embassy. So we're gonna have to see how things will transpire, as we're gonna take a short break here and take a few moments to get ready for the lobby, as game number 2 will take place after the break, as James Madison is up 1-0 in the series. All right, and welcome back, folks. We are here live with Game 2 of James Madison and Old Dominion. It is Search and Destroy on Embassy. The Monarchs dropped game number 1 on Hardpoint Fortress, 250 to 185, unfortunately, in a game that was very competitive and very winnable on their part. But you can see Murloc being the opening kill of this round, as James Madison will have the advantage early on, as it'll be a 4v3 in favor of the Dukes. So we'll see what the Monarchs can do here. The Monarchs not gonna try are gonna try their hardest to make sure that they do not fall behind this James Madison team 2-0 in the series, because it'll be tough to overcome that 2-0 deficit, especially with Control coming up, which has been a hit or miss with this Old Dominion team as well. Control has been they've done very well on Control on some days, they've done very badly on Control, so it really just depends how things will transpire. So a big search and destroy game would be huge here. And Midnight getting a kill back for the Monarchs, and Love not anticipating him to be on top of balcony there. He'll lose that fight. And Midnight trying to get the refrag for the Monarchs as Static loses his gunfight. So it'll come down to a 1v3 situation. 25 seconds left to play. The Monarchs are going to have to plan it here. Midnight is going to have to try to commit to the plant. He will. And in the process, he will die. So unfortunate for the Monarchs there. They give up round number 1. So let's see what they can do here, as it'll be in the Dukes' favor, as we'll switch sides, and the Dukes will be on the attacking end. And we hopefully get to see Murloc not die off of the rip there, because unfortunately that is just not what you want, especially when you're attacking, being able to give off lives very easily there. So let's what the Monarchs can do on the defensive end here, as they'll be down 1-0 in this game number 2 matchup. And you can see Midnight is going to be playing his right side, and you can see the one member is going to be there. It'll be Poker. Poker has been top frag for this JMU team, and Static will lose that first gunfight as well as Murloc. So they will get control of B, and they are going to get the bomb planted. So unfortunate for the Monarchs. They lose the first gunfights, but Midnight will get one right back. Can he get the second one? He will. A big kill. Can he get the third one? There's Love assisting. There's a big play there for the Monarchs. They get 3 of the 4. It is a 2v1 in their favor now after being down 4v2. Here comes the defuse. They're going to try to commit for it. And there we go. What a round there for the Monarchs. What a play from Midnight and Love as they lock in after giving up those first 2 gunfights in favor of the Dukes. And they are going to be able to score a round back. So the Monarchs tie it up 1-1 as we're going to be going into round number 3. Let's see if they can carry this momentum onto the attacking side. And you can see the first kill of the round going in favor of James Madison. Poker getting that kill on Midnight, unfortunately. And Static anticipating him in Laundry. He will get the kill. So he'll get the refrag for Old Dominion. So it's a 3v3 situation, as Midnight giving up the first life in the round. But they're able to get one back as Static captures that kill. And Murloc trying to figure something out by tennis court, as I don't think he sees that member of this James Madison team. But Murloc is going to get some information very soon. And Love is there to is Love there up in the second story window. He get the information he wanted. He'll get the shots. He'll get the kill, though. What a big kill. And Murloc lost his gunfight to Poker, unfortunately. So it'll come down to Love. A 2v1 disadvantage at the moment. And he'll get the first shots on Poker. Get him low a little bit, but he won't be able to finish that kill. As you can see, Poker throwing down the trophy system himself. And you can see Love trying to anticipate the peak. 20 seconds left to go. James Madison really does not have to get aggressive here, because Old Dominion does need to plant the bomb. So Love is just trying to see what he could do in this situation. It'll come down to the final 10 seconds. And there it is. And Poker will get the sniper shot right back. And the Monarchs are going to have to fall behind once again, as James Madison takes a 2-1 advantage. So unfortunate for the Monarchs, as Midnight was the first kill for James Madison to give them the advantage and being able to secure the round, as they had the numbers advantage, just being able to hold down sight. So rounds 1 and 3 went in favor of the Dukes. Round 2 went to the Monarchs. So let's see what the Monarchs can do here on the defensive side, as they did very well in the last defense. For those of you that do not know, Search and Destroy goes up to 6. So the first team to win 6 rounds will win the Search and Destroy matchup. And let's see what Murloc can do. He's going to get the info. I thought he would have had the info. They're getting the bomb planted on B, and the bomb will get planted anyways. So I feel like the missed opportunity there on Murloc's part, and as we're talking about Murloc, he dies again. But Static will get the refrag there for Old Dominion. So it is a 3v3 situation. 30 seconds left on the bomb. They got to get aggressive here. And there's a kill from Midnight as Static lost his life. But Midnight's going to get picked off from the sniper again. It'll come down to Love. A 2v1 disadvantage. And there is the kill for James Madison once again. So I feel like there was a missed opportunity there when Murloc opened the door at bottom stairs. I feel like he could have possibly gotten something going with those two members on site already and possibly could have contested from them planting the bomb. So unfortunate timing there for Murloc. And the Monarchs are going to drop another round. So it is a 3-1 advantage in favor of the Dukes as they're looking to run away with things here in Search and Destroy. And we've mentioned before, Search and Destroy has not been the strong suit of modes for Old Dominion throughout this season. They really have been trying to improve on their performance in Search and Destroy, but it's just not their strong suit at the moment here. And you can see they're trying to get on B, and they will get on there as Midnight will have the first blood, a sniper kill, but he's going to lose his gunfight to Poker, unfortunately. And Poker's on a killing spree. That's a 5-kill spree. Static anticipating him from bottom stairs. Can he get the kills? And Love is going to have to back off. Static lost his fight. Murloc as well. Oh my goodness. And Love is going to have to overcome a 1v3 deficit once again. And here comes the defuse from James Madison. And Love will get that first kill. I don't think he's going to get there in time. And that will be the round as James Madison with another victory. Pretty competitive in the first 2 rounds of this Search and Destroy game. But over the last 3 rounds, it has been all in favor of the Dukes. Let's see if the Monarchs can try to get out of this little funk they're in right now and try to get around back and try to make this a little bit more competitive, because at the moment, James Madison has all the momentum on her end, and it looks like they're going to make a massive push to B. Here comes the kill from Midnight. He'll get the first one. What a big pick to get that opening round kill and being able to take one out of the equation. Murloc lost his gunfight there, and Static trying to get the refrag. Won't be able to secure it, though. 3v3 situation. Let's see what can happen here. Love will get a kill there. That's a big kill. Midnight's going to see him. He got the info. Oh, but he could not get the kill as he just lost that sniper battle to Poker. And let's hope that Static doesn't push him too. He'll lose his gunfight. So Love, once again, is going to be in an outnumbered situation. It is a 2v1 in favor of James Madison. Love will get the shots on Poker. He's not going to be able to secure that kill. He needs to stay away from Poker's sight because Poker has been sniping his way through these rounds and doing a very good job with that so far. So the bomb is going to be planted as we speak. 30 seconds to play. And it'll be a 45-second timer on the bomb. So Love has plenty of time to figure something out. But Poker is on top, and he's going to have the angle from above. And I believe they got the information they wanted, and Poker is going to have to fight it off. And he will. So the Monarchs not being able to do much on that round, and they're going to give up another one. So it is now 5-1 in favor of the Dukes, as they are looking to close out the Search and Destroy in pretty decisive fashion. Like we mentioned, first team to win 6 rounds is the victor of Search and Destroy. And it'll be big for James Madison, because if they win this game on Search and Destroy, if they're able to hold it off, they're going to be able to move on to game number 3, and they'll have 3 opportunities throughout the rest of the series if they want to secure a victory against this Monarch team. Map number 3 is going to be on Hotel, so it'll be control on Hotel, and you can see Love getting hurt in the process there from the explosion of the vehicle, and you can see that they're going to get a little aggressive here through mid. Try to get in there, try to get some angle going. And you can see a big kill there from Love, but a 3-stack loss, unfortunately, for the Monarchs, and it'll come down to Murloc, who has not had a kill in this matchup so far. Let's see if he can figure something out and try to get this round, or get this game extended to another round. And you can see he pops a dead silence. He grabs the bomb. He's going to go up, and he's not going to anticipate it. It'll be that member, and as he tries to jump up, he's not going to be able to make that jump, and he will fall. So James Madison, they give up that round 2 to the Monarchs after opening up this game with a 1-0 advantage, and they just did not look back ever since, as James Madison wins 5 straight rounds after that, and they secure a 6-1 victory on Search and Destroy And as we see the scoreboard, Static 2-7, Love 5-5, Midnight 6-6, and Murloc with the donut 0-7, unfortunately. So it'll come down to game number 3. Monarchs are gonna have to win out. That's basically all it is right now. They're gonna have to win out on control. They're gonna have to start off by winning on control, then getting into map number 4, which will be another hotel game, which will be Hardpoint. And if they can win those 2 maps of hotel, then they force the game 5, which will be on Fortress Search and Destroy. So it's gonna be a tough task for this Monarch team, but unfortunately, they just have not been able to do anything against the James Madison team. And even though James Madison, they've had 4 of their victories come of forfeits. I mean, it seems that the experience and the chemistry among the team is there, and unfortunately, the Monarchs has just not been able to do anything and answer that call. So unfortunate for them, as we're going to be taking a short break here and getting things prepared for game number 3, as the Monarchs are now down 2-0 in this series, as James Madison looking to get the clean sweep and control on hotel. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break and we're going to get things set up for game number 3 between these 2 teams. All right, and welcome back, folks. We're here with game number 3 between Old Dominion and James Madison. And if you have been tuned in between these two teams so far in this series, it has been pretty decisive in favor of James Madison after a pretty competitive edge from this Monarch team early in that game number 1 on Hardpoint Fortress. But other than that, James Madison has been in control, and it'll be a big matchup here for Old Dominion, because they do need to win out throughout the rest of the series if they want to have a chance at securing a victory against James Madison this evening. And Matic at Midnight and Static both losing their lives in the process there, as well as Love. So unfortunate for the Monarchs. Midnight gets a kill back, but he's not going to be able to get that second one. But Murloc will get the refrag himself, and Murloc is going to get caught in top bedroom, unfortunately. So after getting a first tick on A, this would be very pivotal for Monarchs. In this control game, James Madison still has the lead on lives at the moment here, 27-20 in their favor. As you can see, Murloc gets killed in the process there. Static tries to get a kill in Kitchen, not going to be able to do so, as well as Love not getting a kill. So all in favor of James Madison. They're just winning gunfights here. Murloc will get a grenade kill right back, though. So the trophy system gets thrown down from Love, and he'll get killed in the process as he tries to go into dining. And Static and Midnight also losing their gunfights, and Murloc will get it back, trying to get on A, but he's not going to anticipate the second player. So 20 seconds left in round number 1. Monarchs really need to get something going here. 15 seconds. They have to get a tick going. They have to secure either A or B in the final seconds here if they want to extend the time, and they are going to try to get the first tick down on B. And you can see Midnight last alive. As you can see, Love trying to hang out in balcony. Not going to do much off of that. And here comes Murloc again. He's capturing A and dining. And Murloc trying to shoot. He will not win that gunfight. And it will come down to final 5 seconds. That's a full team wipe. And I don't think they have the time. So James Madison, a decisive defensive effort here in round number 1 on control. And they will have the lead. A very quick round there. I mean, it just seemed that the Monarchs just did not have any answer whatsoever to this pretty aggressive defense from James Madison in poker with a 6-0 kill KD ratio. Got to be feeling good for them. And for those of you that do not know, it is a first team to 3 rounds that will win this control map. So James Madison needs 2 more rounds, and Old Dominion still needs their 3. And you can see Midnight getting the opening kill. He'll get the opening pair of kills. Can he get the triple in top bedroom? He will. My goodness, what a big triple from Midnight, starting that round and being able to get the multi-kill and give them the advantage. So 30-27 in favor of the Monarchs. 26 now as Love got that kill. Pretty good start here for the Monarchs defense. Here comes Murloc. Can he hold it down in dining? They're getting on site. Static will get a kill, and Murloc trying to get the shots on. He's not going to be able to do much off of that. And they're just going to be able to capture some time here on A. And they won't get the full tick, but they are close to getting it. They will, actually. So they're going to get that first tick on A, unfortunately. And here comes James Madison. They're going to try to commit for that second tick, and they are going to commit to the second tick. Is the Monarchs going to give up A this easily? I hope they are not. And Static lost that gunfight to that Tiki of James Madison on top of balcony. Midnight gets a kill there on top bedroom. And it just seems that they're just going to give up A pretty easily. It's unfortunate there. I feel like the Monarchs could have played a little bit more defensively on that A side and try to make them work for it a little bit more. But nonetheless, James Madison, they just need to capture the 3 ticks on B, and they will secure this round and be up 2-0 on match number point and series point, I should say. But at the moment, Old Dominion still in advantage of the lives remaining. They have 24-19 in their favor. As you can see, Murloc got killed in the process there, but Love getting stunned right there by his spawn. He gets killed, as Tiki will get credited for it as well. And Murloc lost that gunfight. So James Madison pulling something out a little bit on their end, and Midnight will get a kill right there before he gets killed. But Love will return the favor as he gets a kill, but he's actually going to lose the second gunfight, and Murloc will not be able to reinforce as he dies as well. And Static will get one right back for the Monarchs as well. Will actually add another kill for them as well. So 18-15 in their favor, as Static lost his fight there coming out of top bedroom. And Love will get one right back. Very close matchup with 3 live difference. And James Madison just needs to get on B to capture it, or they could possibly win on lives. But the Monarchs still have the advantage in lives. So if either team gets down to 0 lives remaining, that will be the victory for the team that still has the revive. So a big stat to look forward to as James Madison. They just need to get the 3 ticks on B and they'll win it. James Madison, or Old Dominion I should say, just needs to win on getting kills. And in the final 30 seconds here, James Madison is going to have to get a little aggressive, and you can see Poker getting a kill on Murloc. There was really no need to peek that from Murloc, but he gets killed in the process anyways. And Love lost his gunfight, but Midnight will get one back. There's a big pair of kills from Midnight being able to get a kill, as well as Static also capturing another kill. So 12-6 in favor of the Monarchs, and lives remaining. They'll get another one as Murloc gets that kill, and he's going to have to back up a little bit. 5 seconds remaining. And it looks like Old Dominion will be able to hold off this defense pretty well, and they will capture the round. So a big round for the Monarchs, as it is now 1-1 in this control game. There is the sign of life that you would like to see out of this ODU team. They really have not showcased sign of life in a bit here. You didn't really see much of it in Search and Destroy, and you didn't see it in that first round here on control. But they were able to defend it pretty well on round number 2. And being able to extend it a little bit more here. So we're going to go to round number 3 of control, anybody's favor, and the Monarchs will now be on attack once again. Let's see what they can do here. Let's see if they can try to figure something out by playing off of each point and trying to secure ticks by either way. They really did not do much of that as they tried to get A going a little bit, and after that, they just really had nothing else to answer. And Love getting an opening kill, but Murloc's going to die in the process as well as Static. And Midnight will get a kill over himself and Dining. He'll be able to get something going on A. Can he be able to anticipate the second shot? Won't be able to do so. So he loses his life, and Love is trying to be there to reinforce, but he lost his gunfight as well. So the Monarchs not being able to do much on A at the moment here. And you can see they'll capture a little bit on B. He did capture a little bit on B, but it's going to be reversed anyways. As you can see, the commitment is at A with less than a minute already remaining. Poker and Joker also getting kills, but Static will return the favor, getting a kill on Poker. So let's see what the Monarchs can do. They're trying to secure that first take, and 2 kills there on Murloc and Midnight, unfortunately. Love gets a kill there, but he gets caught with the grenade. So James Madison just holding steady here on defense, not giving up anything really. And Static with a big flank himself. So he's going to be able to capture some time here. Can he possibly get the ticks that they need, as the A is open for possible outcomes here? And you can see that they'll get the tick. They're going to try to secure the second tick, and they will get the second one. They will get the second one. They might be able to finish it off, so they will get A here. This is big. They just need to get B, and they will get the round. James Madison does have the advantage and kills and lives remaining. 21-17 is the frag. So less than 90 seconds to play. Old Dominion needs to find a way to capture B, capture the 3 ticks they need, or possibly win it on lives. And you can see a kill there from Midnight getting that kill, and Static lost that gunfight, but Midnight is there with the refrag as he's able to capture another one for the Monarchs. Keeping steady with the James Madison team on the kill leaderboard. 19-15 in their favor. They could still win it off of that. Murloc trying to anticipate and better him. He will get the right call, and he will get the kill. So a big kill from Murloc, being able to anticipate him in the corner of top bedroom. You can see Love trying to get away from that player and not going to be able to do so until 18-12, 18-11 now. 18-10, I should say. Murloc and Static all losing their lives in those gunfights there. So Monarchs need to figure something out here, as they're just getting out fragged, and it's going to be very close here as we're now getting into the final 35 seconds of this round. And 17-6 in favor of James Madison. It looks like that they're going to hold steady here on the defense, and will be able to secure their second round and get on to match point in the series. But we'll see if the Monarchs can try to build something up. Love killed Midnight, unfortunately. That was just a TK accidental, but nonetheless, it'll come down to a search and destroy now for Old Dominion. They cannot give up any lives, or they're going to just be there and watching the rest of their team. It comes down to the final 2 members. It'll be Love and Static. 5 seconds remaining. They'll start to capture B just a bit. Not going to do much off of that, and Static will try to win that gunfight. He won't. So James Madison holding very steady on the defensive side so far. They've done very well on the defendant side, being able to hold both rounds pretty decisively. And they do capture the 2-1 advantages. The Monarchs done very well on their defensive end. So let's see if they can try to push this to a round 5 on control. But in the meantime, James Madison, they're on match point of this game, and they are on match point of this series overall. So if the Monarchs cannot figure something out and try to score a victory in this control game. That will be it this evening for ODU Esports, as James Madison will score the victory. So let's see what James Madison is planning here. Looks like B is going to be the primary focus to start off with. Static, if we can get the information on top bedroom, he will get that kill. And Murloc in top balcony trying to see what he can do on the top side. Static getting another kill. That's his third kill of the round so far. A big start for Static. And Murloc is trying to get the kills. He's not going to be able to win that gunfight, unfortunately. And Static is there to try to get the refrag. And Love lost his gunfight as well as Midnight, so unfortunate for the Monarchs. They're just going to give up A a little bit here. And the tick will go in favor of James Madison, so they'll be able to capture A. Let's see if the Monarchs can try to contest it a little bit and try to preserve as much time as they can, as it just looks like the third tick might be in place, as James Madison will be able to capture A pretty quickly. And they'll have 2 minutes to play in order to win on lives or possibly capturing B and winning the series tonight. Midnight and Love both getting both getting kills there, but Midnight lost his gunfight, unfortunately. And Static in top better trying to contest. He's not going to be able to do so. So losing that gunfight, unfortunately, James Madison has the 1 life advantage as they lead 23-21. I should say 23-21 now, 2 life advantage. Trading on both ends. Murloc and Static both getting kills, but Love and Murloc both giving up lives as well. So the contest is on B at the moment here. As you can see, James Madison getting very aggressive and trying to get something going here on B. And you can see Love throwing out the nades and utils. They'll get the first tick on B. They need 2 more ticks and they'll win the series. And Love will get caught from that angle, and it's going to come down with score streak. Static was not going to be able to get anything off that score streak. So halfway through the second tick, they might be able to capture the second tick. It'll come down to this final tick. So Old Dominion just need to hold off this final tick or it's over. Here comes the gunfights. Love and Static both getting kills, but that won't matter. James Madison decisively. They won that game. They won that control game 3-1, and they win the series 3-0. It's unfortunate for the Monarchs. They've just not been able to do very well against the James Madison team tonight. Not being able to have the answers that they wanted, and unfortunately they dropped the series, and they will drop to 4-3. And you can see Static finishing 22-20, Murloc 11-22, Love 14-25, and Midnight 16-24. Unfortunate for the Monarchs. Unfortunate. I mean, they came into the stream. They were 4-2 in the ECAC seeding or in the standings, and now they're going to drop to 4-3, unfortunately. Meanwhile, James Madison, they improved their record to 7-0. And they are going to hold very firm in the ECAC division so far. So unfortunate for the Monarchs. They're going to have to look ahead to next week and possibly get a victory in that next week's matchup, because next week's matchup is going to be very pivotal in terms of seeding. So we're going to have to see how things are going to transpire over the course of the next week. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to get one of the members of our ODU COD team in here for a few minutes of an interview, and then we're going to wrap things up afterwards. But in the meantime, we hope you have enjoyed, and we will see you guys in a few short minutes. All right, and welcome back, folks. We are joined by Patrick Caulfield, also known as Love. He'll be joining us for a few minutes here as we'll get some questions off about what transpired in the series overall. But I mean, I want to start off the questions here with talking about map number one. I mean, that was probably the best game of the series tonight. Unfortunately, map number one was a very winnable game. Can you kind of tell us what transpired kind of midway through that second rotation of the points? Because it just seemed like you guys kind of lost your momentum after gaining the advantage, being able to hit that 180 mark and having the 40-point lead against James Madison.
Yeah, that second rotation, I feel like we just lost, lost that first hard point with like all those 50 seconds, and then we just tried to compensate on side of the map to try to regain position. But I think once we start compensating and try to fill in gaps that like we normally don't do or stuff like that, then that leaves us open, and you saw what happened.
And like map number two, we know you guys are not very strong suited with search and destroy mode. Can you kind of just tell us how map number two went down and what kind of went good for you guys and what went bad?
What went good, I feel like we did have a few first bloods that we did get, and then we played positioning on the map pretty well. I don't think that we had any post-plant wins or anything like that. We did have a hard time like countering the sniper, I think, for most of the game. I think towards the end of the game, I think Midnight pulled out a sniper and got a kill a couple rounds. So maybe if we try to counter the sniper earlier and make it like a 3v3 with red guns, then maybe the series would have been different.
Yeah, and in game three, I mean, you guys kind of found you guys got smacked in the mouth in round number one of that control match for for Hotel, and then you guys get on the defensive side in round number two, and you smack James Madison in the mouth themselves. I mean, kind of tell us how that defensive lockdown went down for you guys, and what was the comms like as well, and what kind of what kind of fell apart in that second defensive point, which you guys were trying to force the game 5 in that control match.
Yeah, I think a big part of us that defensive win was us able to get into those power positions for us to cut those spawners off, and we did a really good job in that only round win of that control. But I feel like JMU matched that energy, got into those same power positions in top bedroom, and then just cut off our spawn. And then the submachine guns on their team kind of just ripped us apart, and I kind of, had to compensate with that. And back to what I said earlier in the first map, if like we're not doing our jobs and like doing the stuff that we're supposed to do on the map, then people start to overcompensate, and that's what I feel like I did.
And can you kind of just give us your overall takeaways from tonight's match, what you guys can look forward to, and just kind of just your overall assessment of today's performance and what you guys really need to work on going forward?
Well, today we had a really big chance to go 5-2, really good seeding into this MCAC playoffs. So I was pretty disappointed that we didn't come away with at least a map win or a game win. And I think that's the story of our season, right? We get a good run going, a few games, we get a little confidence, and then something happens, whether it be in the game or roles or people like not meshing in the right way or whatnot. But like it's hard because we still want to take MW2 serious, even with the game coming out on Friday, or the new game, I should say.
MW3.
Yeah, but then we still have a chance to make it far into the playoffs. So, I think there needs to be a common goal for the team, and coming together should not be as hard as it should be.
Yeah. So Old Dominion, they dropped. I mean, you guys dropped to 4-3 in ECAC. I mean, you guys have a big game next week, of course, with the seedings and the standings and whatnot. I mean, how big is it for you guys to try to finish off the regular season on a winning note and get ready for that postseason?
Sorry, I'm just a little shook up tonight, but I think this next match will kind of dictate whether or not we're gonna make it far in this next playoff run. I feel like if we stutter and lose this final match, then I think we're gonna be placed in a lower seed coming in the playoff bracket. So just putting ourselves in a position to get the highest seed as possible, so we can play the most competitive game we can and maybe get a little run.
Yeah, so that's going to do it here. That was a few minutes here with Patrick Caulfield, also known as Love of our COD team. Unfortunately, they fall to James Madison 3-0 in the series tonight. They fall to 4-3 in the ECAC standings. Meanwhile, James Madison improved their record to 7-0. We were hoping we could have scored the victory. We would have taken that O off of the board for James Madison, but they get the victory, and props to James Madison for their performance tonight. But got to look ahead for COD going on to next week. Try to hope that they can get some positive momentum going into that final week and before we get into the postseason, getting ready for playoffs. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break here. Thank you for joining me for a few minutes, and we hope you guys the best. We wish you guys the best going forward with the team, and hopefully I can be able to cast a little bit more because my schedule has been pretty tight here, but hopefully we'll get a chance to do more of these later on in the season. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short break, and we'll get ready for wrapping things up after the break. Hello again, I am your caster Benjamin Draper, and we are going to be wrapping things up for this stream tonight. So unfortunately, if you guys are tuned in, we were expecting a pretty competitive matchup between Old Dominion and James Madison, and it seemed that the Old Dominion was going to be favored very well competitively with skill-wise with the James Madison team, but that was not the case in this series at all. As Old Dominion, they played very competitive with James Madison overall throughout the majority of that first game, but from game 2 on, James Madison did not look back, and they were able to have decisive victories on Search and Destroy and Control on map number 3. So unfortunately, Monarchs, they get swept 3-0 against the Dukes this evening. The Dukes, they improved their record here in the ECAC to 7-0. The Monarchs, they fall to 4-3, which would have been so much better if they could have improved it to 5-2. But they have to look ahead to next week, and they're going to have to see if they can try to improve their seedings in the division by gaining a victory over next week's game. But in the meantime, we're going to get, I'm going to let you guys know of what upcoming streams that we are going to have throughout the rest of this week, because we are back to our normal, regular streaming schedule again, thank goodness. And basically, we're going to have Rocket League tomorrow night, which will be an 8 o'clock game, as they will be facing off against Shenandoah University. And then Thursday night, we're going to be having Super Smash Brothers, as they will be playing against Full Sail Armada. And then that'll be an 8:30 game on Thursday evening. And then Friday night, it'll be Counter-Strike against either the University of California or University of Cincinnati. Do not quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure on that. That'll be an 8 o'clock stream on Friday as well, if you guys want to tune in for that CS:GO stream. And on Saturday, we will have our League of Legends game, as they will be playing against Virginia Commonwealth University, also known as VCU, which would be a little bit of a rivalry matchup. So we'll get to see how Old Dominion will fare well against that VCU squad in League of Legends on Saturday afternoon, as that stream will take place at 3 p.m. So that is our stream schedule for the rest of the week. We hope you guys will tune in to ODU Esports throughout the rest of our week, as you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at ODU Esports. Be sure to stay tuned and stay up to date with the latest going on with our program here. But that's going to be it. That's going to be our Tuesday night stream. Old Dominion, they lose to James Madison 3-0 and Call of Duty this evening, unfortunately. And we're going to be looking ahead to tomorrow's series matchup, as Old Dominion will be facing off against Shenandoah and Rocket League. And that is a stream that you do not want to miss, because our Rocket League team has been very good this season. But in the meantime, we hope you have a wonderful night. Have a great Wednesday, and we will see you guys tomorrow for some Rocket League. In the meantime, I have been your caster, Benjamin Draper, and have a great night.